I'm joined now by VTB Capital Global Macro Strategist Neil Mackinnon. Neil, thanks very much for coming in. Always good to see you. If we start off perhaps with the yuan and just look at what's been happening there, we're getting increasing rhetoric. I guess it's not going to go away anytime soon, particularly with the midterms coming up. We also had the Chinese premier really coming out quite strongly and saying that would you stop it. A big change would have pretty big consequences in China.
Sure. I mean, there is a big debate about just exactly what effect a stronger Chinese currency would actually have on the trade surplus, given some of the structural considerations, the major changes that are taking place in the Chinese economy. And certainly, I think what's interesting is that US-China trade relations this year have actually been reasonably on an even keel. I think the Chinese are very much aware of potential trade frictions, and ahead of the congressional elections, clearly there is a risk that the House puts through a bill that imposes trade sanctions. I think that would be deadly. It probably hit America much more than China. It would be bad news for the global economy and world trade. But I sense there's some sort of agreement here, and over the past 2 weeks, we've had Larry Summers, formerly the president's top economic advisor in Beijing. There was a reaction to that. We saw the Chinese currency go up. So there's an element of playing ball with each other, because America also knows that China is its biggest holder of US Treasury debt.
Exactly.
And so China, in that sense, calls the shots.
Yeah, indeed. Now, if we look at the yen, there's been a lot of speculation today. I think Philip described it as a wild day to close the week in Asia. Everyone said at the beginning that it looked inevitable that the Bank of Japan would have to go in. Do you agree that it's a question of when and not if they intervene again?
Well, it may be. I mean, I think that given the rhetoric that we've had from the Bank of Japan and Ministry of Finance, the markets will keep probing them, keep testing them, keep wanting to see the colour of their money. But the truth is they've not really got much in the way of bangs per buck, so to speak, and the intervention that was around the 83 level in dollar yen, we're about 84, 85. I think that it's likely that they will have to come in again. Whether it's successful, I'm not sure. I think there's other things they need to do to weaken the yen.
And the German IFO number, very positive.
Yes, although other data, we saw yesterday Eurozone PMI, some of the German export numbers, does suggest that the pace of recovery, which has been largely export-led, is starting to lose pace.
OK. Neil Mackinnon, as ever, thank you very much indeed for joining us today.